So Hannah, there's something that I want to ask you. We talked a little bit earlier about this, but there's something special that is here, or you've heard is here in North Carolina, that you would love to see, or even have someone take a snapshot or get a copy of it for you. And why don't you tell us what that is? And maybe we have somebody in the listening audience that can make that happen for Hannah.
Yes, it's really precious to me. This year, when I came to the US, somebody told me that the Billy Graham Library in Charlotte has a picture of a man with Billy Graham saying that this is a man from India who uprooted his fields for him. And I'm very, very sure it's my grandfather. So I would love for someone to send me a picture of that picture if it's there in the library.
Yeah, that would be great.
I would love it. It would be the most precious thing for me.
Well, and I have one other question for you, because if I heard the story right too, after Billy Graham left, the fields started to take off, and I mean your grandfather started to harvest again. Is that right? Did he regrow anything?
The next year, probably, I do not know about it, but I don't think even if he had to replant it, there is a season. It has to be planted only in that season. So that season was gone.
That season was gone.
So how did he provide for his entire family of 9 children and his wife and his himself? So 11 of them.
That's right. You don't know.
Only
God knows.
Only God knows. And God is definitely a provider. And yes, and I also wanted to tell you that when you asked me about the generational blessings, that how do I relate it? I just wanted to share that many a times from my experience also, sometimes we ask God for something to do for us and we just forget about it. Or sometimes we sow a seed somewhere in somebody's life, somewhere. It could be small, it could be, and we don't even realize it. We just forget about it. But God never forgets. We may forget, and this has been my personal experience. So often, I have prayed for so many things, and it did not happen immediately, but I just forgot about it. There were, so many things that came into my mind. And some few months down the line, maybe a year down, or even a few weeks or a few whatever down the line, it just happens.
It just happens.
And then it comes from my mind, oh, I had prayed for this. So I think God is never a debtor to anybody.
And this
never is a debtor.
This subject's interesting because just recently, I was taking care of my mom for 3.5 months, and it was a beautiful experience. It was a gift that I was able to spend that time with her as part of her hospice care and the last months of her life. And I had someone tell me that to be aware, because the gift that I was giving her will be received soon. Meaning, because I was giving her this gift, I'm going to get grace in return, and that grace comes before. And and I'm looking for it, and I'm praying for it, and I'm seeing these doors open and these things happen that I have been wanting, but it's coming very quickly. And I believe that it's a gift that I have to recognize and receive and do something with. Otherwise, it's mine. I have to do something with it.
Let me share something with you, Krista, on this point. I have seen, and I've also heard my mother saying this, and it has been preached also to me so many times, and it is a fact. Every child who looks after their parents till the end and takes real good care of them, honors them, they are tremendously blessed in their lives. And in the same family, you might see children who have treated their parents so shabbily. That is why the scripture says, honor your father and your mother. It's one of the 10 commandments.
Yes.
And like I said, God is not a debtor. And I have seen, without fail, without exception, every child who's looked after their parents, have honored their parents and taken care of them, have been tremendously blessed. And in the same situation, those children who have not, treated their parents really shabbily, you see their lives.
Not so.
And I'm telling you, watch Krista.
I'm excited.
Be observant about this. You may be knowing a lot of people, but watch them, what I told you, and see for yourself whether this is true or no.
I will be aware of that.
Very, very true. It's very true.
I appreciate
those children are tremendously blessed.
Thank you.
So I think that is where your blessing comes from.
That's where it does.
Yes.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. All right.
then we'll just get that put in somewhere. I'm glad we did that.
Yes.
That was important.
That was so
So that is a
important.
fact.
That was
you know.
so important.
It
Yes, it is a fact. It is a fact. You
That's
don't look
why-
after your parents, life is not going to treat you good.
I believe that.
It's a commandment.
It is a commandment.